Good evening and welcome to Hanging Out in the Batcave with your host, me, Spider-Man. I am joined tonight by online rock and roll artist Matt Bankert. It's great to be here. It's not quite what or who I expected, but I'm really looking forward to it. Matt, we have asked you here tonight because you have a new song out entitled In December. It is a sweet, calming, tender, acoustic ballad sure to tug at your heartstrings. Let's listen to a sample of it now. Do we have a clip? Admit I did not listen to the song before this, but wow, that sounded great. Thank you. What can you tell us about it, Matt? What's it about? In essence, it's about judgment, but delayed judgment. A lot of it is based on Psalm 73 in the Bible, and I'll just read a little bit of that. But as for me, my feet had almost stumbled, my steps had nearly slipped. For I was envious of the arrogant when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For they have no pangs until death, and their bodies are fat and sleek. They are not in trouble as others are. They are not stricken like the rest of mankind. Therefore pride is their necklace. Violence covers them as a garment. Their eyes swell out through fatness. Their hearts overflow with follies. They scoff and speak with malice. Loftily they threaten oppression. They set their mouths against the heavens, and their tongue struts through the earth. And then it also says, Behold, these are the wicked, always at ease, they increase in riches. All in vain have I kept my heart clean, and washed my hands in innocence. I think there can be a despair sometimes for people who are in an oppressed position, or they're just doing the right thing. They're working hard, they're earning their money, and they feel like they're doing all the right things, but they're not getting ahead. And yet they see others who are in, like the passage says, the violent and the corrupt in high positions with wealth, and they're living it up off of their stolen wealth. And yet the poor person who's just doing the right thing just starts to think, is this really worth it? Am I going about this the wrong way? Because they're doing really great. So it's a way to express that from the lowly perspective, but then also the song is meant to be a sort of warning for those bad guys who are doing all the wrong things, thinking they're getting away with it, and it's a way to tell them that, well, God doesn't always settle his accounts right away. There's a line in there about getting wages with zero effort, and a wage by definition is something that you earn for working. It's really kind of a trade. You work and then you get some money in return. But we're always tempted, and we're always trying to find a way to a shortcut to the money, a shortcut to prosperity or happiness. And that's not really going to work. If we want to achieve those goals, we really have to do it the hard way and to put in the work to get them. If you think you are getting the shortcut and you're doing something, you found some kind of magical thing that no one else has been able to find yet, you're probably just storing up a lot of debt for yourself for the future. There's a term in there, cosmic treason, which was coined by the late theologian R.C. Sproul, who I've listened to a lot over the years. And his idea with that is because if there is a cosmic God of all the cosmos, then an offense against him is of cosmic proportions. So it's cosmic treason. And that's, in his view, what the original sin in the Garden of Eden was, the eating the forbidden fruit. There's a line in there about forbidden love, forbidden for a reason. And with that, I'm sort of addressing this idea that it's kind of romantic to, after you've committed to somebody or you're married to somebody, it's sort of romantic to, at the very least in your mind, cheat on them or maybe in reality cheat on them, and it's, oh, what else could you have done? I was in love. It's forbidden love, so we shouldn't restrict ourselves. But I think this is a folly, and that if we were to give in to all of our base desires all the time, those desires are forbidden for a reason, because it'll just lead to chaos and destruction and heartache and all the terrible things that go along with that. So in a nutshell, whether you're a spiritual person or not, I'm trying to address these ideas of trying to get something for nothing, tempting fate by doing the wrong thing and thinking you can avoid the consequences. And I think this is relevant whether we're talking about geopolitics, personal relationships, or advancing in your career. Fascinating. Where did you get the title from? It's a funny story, actually, Spidey. Spider-Man. Oh, sorry. Spider-Man. I meant no offense. It's okay, it's okay. It happens all the time. It's just my mom calls me that, so it's a little weird when other people say it. Your mom? Yeah, Spider-Mom. Anyway, please continue. Sure. I got the title from, and you might laugh at me, sort of a cheesy email forward that I got a long time ago. It was a story about this farming town, and there was a church, but there was this godless atheist guy that was always heckling the Christians in the town. And one October for harvest, he got a huge harvest, and he said to the Christians, well, your faith in God must not mean very much if someone like me can get this amazing harvest. And the Christians' response to him was, well, God doesn't always settle his accounts in October. And I don't know if that's the most charitable way for a Christian to respond to a non-believer, but I kind of thought that idea was clever, that God doesn't always settle his accounts right away. So I changed the October part to December because I liked the finality of December being at the end of the year, and there's not really any farming metaphors in the song. I see. Do you have any other songs about farming? I don't think so. Have you ever ridden on a tractor? Well, I've ridden on a hayride before. Great, that's close enough. Now, what are your musical influences for this song? I guess I would say the main riff is sort of stolen from Black Sabbath, like most of my guitar riffs, and maybe In Flames too. I think there might be some Black Label Society in there, Zakk Wylde's band. And I would say the chorus melody and the tempo are sort of borrowed from Leonard Cohen, of all people, and his song Democracy. Leonard Cohen's not exactly a hard rock guy, but in that song I really like that driving rhythm that kind of brings a sense of anticipation and sort of this ominous feel to the song, like something's coming. We are almost out of time, with a hard stop in just a few moments. Do you have any parting words for our customers? Customers? Well, I would just like to say to everybody, thank you for watching, and I want to take a moment to thank my Spotify pre-save supporters, Jason, Melissa, Michael, Vanessa, and Paul. I really appreciate your support in helping me out with that. And just everybody who will take a minute just to listen to the song and listen to my music. I put a lot into my songs. It takes a long time for me to produce them and put them out. In fact, this one, I think I initially came up with the idea for it like 5 or 6 years ago. I remember having the idea for that intro part with the two panned guitars coming in on either side and the drum part exploding in at the beginning. So it's been a long time in the works, and it's developed over the years into what you hear nowadays. So thank you for listening to it, and thank you for sharing it to those who you think will. And that's all the time we have for tonight, folks. Until next time, always remember, you won't like me when I'm angry. What? Why?